mini humans and beautiful grown-ups. Welcome to Drag Queen Storytime tonight with the amazing Grass Cliftonville for World Book Night. You all look incredible. I hope I look okay too. So we're going to share some amazing stories today because for me, sharing stories is one of the most important things to do. So I've got for you the amazing story of Elton John. Whoa. And one of my favourite stories, My Shadow is Pink. There you go. And I'm going to start us off with some amazing feminist nursery rhymes from the book What Are Little Girls Made Of? So get nice and comfortable. Grown-ups, if you haven't already, pour yourself a lovely chilled drink on this amazing, sunny, wonderful World Book Night. And I will begin. So we'll start with the poem, What Are Little Girls Made Of? What are little girls made of? What are little girls made of? Sun and rain and heart and brain, that's what girls are made of. What are little boys made of? What are little boys made of? Except for little things, much the same, that's what boys are made of. And now, one of my favourite feminist nursery rhymes, Georgie Porgy with a twist. Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie, kissed a girl who made him cry. Don't kiss me unless I say, she said, and kicked his ball away. So that's a really important lesson there, mini humans. If somebody's trying to kiss you and you don't want them to, it's okay to say, no, don't do that. I don't want it. And if they carry on, tell a grown-up because no one can kiss you unless you want. And let me do another little one for you. And this is a twist on what we know, Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to ride their shiny scooter. Jack fell down and lost a and bent the silver hooter. Up Jill got and home did trot for spanners and a plaster and fixed them both, for sister Jill was great in a disaster. Amazing. I hope you all liked that one. Did you? Come on, you can be a bit louder than that. Did you enjoy that one? Hey! Amazing. Well, we might come back to a few of those a bit later. But first, I wanted to explain to you at home who I am. So I am Dame Jame. Some of you know me as the Story Queen, and I am a drag queen. So for me, being a drag queen means that I am a male. I was born a male. And for entertainment and to make you laugh and to tell you stories, I dress in clothes that would normally be associated to a woman or feminine things. And there are lots of different types of drag performers. You have drag kings who traditionally are female presenting, but they dress as a male. Or you might have drag queens that are women, but they do drag and it's incredible and they are drag queens too. And for me, all drag is right. There isn't any wrong. You are amazing. So now I've told you that, I'm going to go on and read one of my favourite stories, which is My Shadow is Pink by Scott Stewart. And here is the front cover. So get nice and settled. And we'll start. My dad has a shadow that's blue as can be, and there's nothing but blue in the whole family tree. And here is the family tree. There, look. All blue. But mine is quite different. It's not what you think, for mine is not blue. My shadow is Pink! And there's the little human shadow. My shadow loves ponies and books and pink toys, princesses, fairies, and things not for boys. But there's one thing it likes most, I have found. It loves wearing dresses and dancing around. Now, all you mini humans at home, so I want you to stand up. If you've got some nice space around you, stand up. If you can't stand up, you can do this sitting, because we are going to show each other our best dance moves. Now, I'm going to stay sat down. You can sit or you can stand. It's up to you, but make sure you've got lots of room and you're being safe. So let's do our best dance moves. Are we ready? After 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I love dancing. I'm dancing and dancing away. Ah, your moves are so good. Grown-ups too, come on, let's dance. Oh yeah, we love the dancing. You all look amazing. Woo. So, back to the story. It loves wearing dresses and dancing around. It spins and sparkles and twirls through the air. Then stops as my dad walks in with a stare. And here we go. There's the mini human's dad walking in with a stare. Look. It will turn blue one of these days. Don't worry, he says. It is just a phase. Dad's shadow is blue. It's big and it's strong. But when I stand with it, I just feel so wrong. I wish mine was blue, like all of the others. I wish mine was blue, like my dad's and my brother's. I'd be part of the group, of that there's no doubt. But I cannot fit in if my shadow stands out. And here's the mini human with his shadow. Now, things are all changing, and that is not cool. I'm ready to start my first day at school. And they sent me a list. You'll need pencils and books and lunch you must bring. Dress up with your shadow in its favourite thing. My heart skips a beat as I put on a dress. I look at my dad, who is anxious and stressed. He takes me to class and I turn to say bye. His face is all worried. There's fear in his eyes. So I step in the doorway and I puff out my chest. Can we all puff out our chests? Looking proud like a pigeon. So I step in the doorway and puff out my chest. One thing is clear, I'm not like the rest. I try to say hi, but my voice is too quiet. The kids turn around and the room, it goes silent. I run to the door and push past my dad. I run to my house feeling angry and sad. If my shadow was blue, I'd be there making friends. I'd be laughing and playing and drawing with pens. I rip off my dress and I throw it down on the floor. I won't wear it again, not ever, no more. Just then, at my door, came a soft little knock. Knock, knock, knock. It's my dad walking in, and I look up in shock. Both he and his shadow in dresses they stood, with shimmering seams and pink sparkling hoods. He speaks in a voice that's quite soft. Pick up that dress. You must listen and learn. Your shadow is pink. I see now, it's true. It's not just a shadow, it's your innermost you. He showed me the photo of parents and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and others. We've all had a shadow that's hidden from eyes. Sometimes our shadow, it lives in disguise. His shadow loves painting and fashion and art. Her shadow loves engines and powerful cars. His shadow loves dance with its turns and its twirls. Her shadow, she hides it. Her shadow likes girls. His acting loves theatre and acting and plays. Her shadow loves science and planets and space. Your shadow is you, and pink it will be. So stand up with your shadow and yell, "This is me!" Can we all do that together after 3? Let's all be really proud of ourselves. Let's think about things that might be different about ourselves and make sure we're very proud of those differences. And let's all look into the camera or into the screen and say, "This is me." Are we ready after 3? 1, 2, 3. This is me! Amazing. And some people will love you and some they will not. But those that do love you, they will love you a lot. So put on that dress and get back to school. If someone won't like you, they are the fool. My heart nearly burst, and my shadow it soared. I picked up the dress and wore it once more. We ran out the door, this time holding hands. My dad and our shadow, together we stand. I stride in my class and puff out my chest. I may be different, but different is best. I join a small group, and though I don't blend in, they look up and smile. Will you be our friend? Wow, and that's the end of that story. And many humans, I think it's a really important story because sometimes our shadows might feel different to who we are, and we might be shy or embarrassed about those feelings or the way we think our shadow is or our innermost self is. But I can tell you, as a much older mini human, the best thing to do is start to embrace those differences and be proud about them. And if you feel that you are one of those people that has a different shadow to everyone else, find a grown-up that you trust or a friend that you really trust and talk to them and tell them how you feel, because then you'll begin to be the happiest human alive. Now, our next story is about one of those types of humans that was very different, but has gone on to be one of the most successful, biggest pop stars and icons in the world. That is Elton John. So if you're all nice and settled, I'll start this one. Elton John. This is the story of a little boy from London suburbs who once sat at a piano and started playing a waltz by ear. His name was Reggie, and from that day on, whenever his parents argued, music became his refuge. And here is little Reggie at his piano. He received a scholarship to study classical music at the Royal Academy of Music. By singing in the choir and playing with other musicians, he discovered what music is all about: bringing people together. Reggie soon started composing his own melodies and singing rock and roll with his band. One day he saw an advert for a record company looking for new talent. He decided to go to the audition. Oh no, Reggie didn't do very well that day. Still, he left the tryout with an envelope full of lyrics from a guy called Bernie that needed a melody. Back home, when Reggie started reading, something magical happened. And here's Reggie at his piano. Reggie wasn't the best at writing lyrics, and Bernie didn't know how to write melodies, but by working together, all they needed was 15 minutes to make the most beautiful songs. After 2 long years of composing songs for other artists, it was time for Reggie to record his first solo album. But Reginald Kenneth wasn't the coolest name for an artist, so he changed it to Elton John. And here is Elton John. One morning, Elton and Bernie wrote a song at breakfast. It was called Your Song. Do any of you know that song at home? Okay, so if you don't, I will give you a small rendition. Now, I believe I have the most beautiful singing voice in the whole of the land. So, we'll see if you agree. Here we go, Your Song. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is. Now you're in the world. I was just joking. I'm not the best singer, but I like to give it a very good go. So Your Song launched Elton like a rocket, from his mother's modest house to superstardom. It was his first big hit. Jumping on stage, dressed as Captain Fantastic, Elton became a celebrity, loved by millions. He had thousands of spectacular glasses, the most amazing wardrobe a drag queen would long for. And here is Elton with his amazing costumes. And I am very jealous. But once Elton's show was over and the adoring crowds left, he felt very alone. He had all he could dream of, and still nothing seemed to make Elton happy. And here he is, looking very sad on his own. But everything changed when he met Ryan, a little hero fighting in hospital. Ryan showed him that life is too wonderful to waste. The day they said goodbye, Elton promised to honour his friend's memory by being his best, truest self. And here's Elton, little Ryan. And he did. He started eating healthy, getting a good night's sleep, and looking after himself. And then David, the husband he had always wanted. They built their own family and are the proud fathers of 2 children. And here they are together, look. Elton was knighted by the Queen. No, not me, a drag queen. The actual Queen. Not just for being the most successful male solo artist of all time, but also for creating a fantastic foundation to fight AIDS, the disease that had taken Ryan and many other friends away. And after a long life dedicated to music, Sir Elton John still remembers little Reggie, the shy boy who looked for comfort sitting at his piano and ended up bringing joy and happiness to the world with his songs. And what an amazing story that is. And what an amazing way to live your life. I think Elton always felt like he was a bit different and lived in a time where actually it wasn't acceptable by society to be the person that he was. But he fought through it all and followed his dreams in music and became an incredible human being doing things in music and also for charity. So now I'm going to do a couple more feminist nursery rhymes and then we'll finish with something very extra special. Where did we get to? Little Miss Muffet. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her ham and eggs. And when a big spider then sat down beside her, she stroked his sweet long furry legs. And there is the spider. Another one of my favourite ones now. This is Dr. Foster. Dr. Foster went to Gloucester in a shower of rain. She fell in a puddle right up to her middle and fixed the broken drain. And now I'm going to finish on another favourite one of mine, Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. The doctor arrived and she mended his shell and dried all his eggy tears gently as well. Wow. And those were all from the book What Are Little Girls Made Of by Jean Willis and Isabel Fuller. Now we're coming to the end of Drag Queen Storytime for World Book Night, but I have one more thing I need to do with you all, and this is something I do every morning when I get out of bed. So I look at myself in my magic mirror and I say, Story Queen, Dame Jame, you are beautiful and you can be anything that you want to be. And I'd like us all to say that together. Are you with me? Hey, amazing. So after 3, we'll say our names and we'll say, I am beautiful and I can be anything I want to be. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Story Queen, you are beautiful and you can be anything you want to be. Let's say it again. You are beautiful and you can be anything you want to be. And now grown-ups too. I am beautiful and I can be anything I want to be. Hey, amazing. Thank you so much to you all for tuning in. Carry on going out and living your truest and best selves. Thank you so much to Grass Cliftonville for having me tonight and have a wonderful World Book Night. Thank you so much. Love you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.